Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So before I start, I want to tell you a few things about my disease so you'd understand what happened and why I had to give my husband my permission to write a message to you. So my disease started when I was 40, and it started with a very curious pain in my back. And at first we thought there was something in my back. And I went through so many tests, and they thought I had a tumor there. I went through 2 surgeries. I went to 2 pain clinics, and I went through so many procedures, and nothing helped. And nobody knew exactly what is the source of the pain, but we did know that the pain was neuropathic. So it was a pain that comes from a neurological origin. Anyway, a few years later, we found a cure, and the cure was it's called stickers that you buy in the United States, and you need special permission to buy those, and it costs $1,000 to buy them. And I bought them, and it took me 3 months to get them. And by the time that I got the stickers and they put them on my back, the pain already started in my legs. And I was really desperate then. I was on very, very high dosage of OxyContin, which is like a very high dosage of narcotics. I had to go through rehab that was not easy, and I was very much in pain. And after they put the stickers on my back pain was very much better, but the legs started to be painful, and other things also appeared, things that are connected to control over my sphincters, let's say that way. Anyway, so then they started doing other tests, and then they found out my disease, and this is a disease that actually harms the small fibers of the neurons in my body. And this is why every small neuron is being let's say that hit. Anyway, it was under control. I was taking for the pain high dosages of methadone, that is a medication that is being given to drug addicts in order to stop them from taking the drugs, but it really helps for neuropathic pain. And it really helped me for my legs pain. It didn't diminish the pain completely, but it allowed me to function, to work, to do readings, and to be active in the demonstrations and everything. And what happened last week was that the pain in my back came back. And that was really, really hard, because I couldn't manage it. I couldn't suffer it. It was horrible. I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what to do. The methadone did not help to this kind of pain. And I was thinking about, going somewhere and jumping from the highest, highest floor that I could find. It was really, really difficult. So what I did was I started taking a very high dosage of other medication that I have that is a muscle relaxant, and this is very much it slows you down, but it also doesn't allow you to think, and you slip it over. And today yesterday I couldn't take it any more because I had to go back to work. And so since Saturday, I'm clean from that. So I'm still slower, as you can hear it in my voice. I still speak slowly, but I'm not dosed anymore. I'm not hyper. You know what I mean. So this is what happened, and because I knew that there is no way that I can write anything, I asked my husband to write something to you so you won't think that something happened. But I was so messed up that I couldn't even participate in any demonstrations and nothing, although it was such a crucial week, and I just couldn't do anything. Okay, so this is about me and about the disease for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know, just a little bit more information. So that is that. And the reading today is going to be a Celtic cross about the Sussexes, because I think that we reached a turning point. Many people say that the Sussexes are unsaleable, and today it came out that a very high administrative person in Spotify called Tim Simmons said in his own podcast very, very harsh things about the Sussexes. He said that they are effing grifters, everything that we have been saying for so long. He just came out and said that. He said that he couldn't stand Harry, that they have nothing to offer, that they have been grifting, that they have been talking only about how poor they are, and how much, and only about their life in the royal family. They have nothing more to offer. They have nothing creative to offer to the world. They have nothing, and we've been saying that for a long time. Now, at the time after Meghan has signed a contract with a company that is supposed to prevent things like that, it's really mind-boggling. And if you remember, I did a reading about her success with this company, and I got that she will have a success with them. But maybe she's not listening to what they're telling her to do. You know, in order to succeed in something, you have to do what they tell you to do. And on the other side, information came out that Meghan is going to be the ambassador for Dior. Now, this is really ludicrous. I think that if Dior want to bury their franchise, then they should take Meghan as their model. I mean, they can't find anyone who dresses the worst, that no matter what kind of clothing you give her, it will always look as if she got it from the flea market. I mean, really, just I can't understand the logic here. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross, and I'm going to look into their situation, especially after hearing what Tim Simmons said about them, and everything that has happened lately, and naturally after seeing the trooping of the colors when they were not invited. Everyone looked amazing, and all they could do was a paparazzi shot of Meghan not looking her best and looking very much worried. Okay, so the deck that I'm using is the Cat's Eye Tarot. As you can see, some of the cards were not lined, so if I get an upside down card, we will read it in the upside down, so as a negative card. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. Okay, so let's clear the deck. And let's start asking. So, Harry and Meghan's current situation after being axed from Spotify, after Tim Simmons said nasty things about them, after nothing works in their favor, not being invited to the trooping of the colors, after Meghan was supposed to be the face of Dior. So what are we going to see for Harry and Meghan for the next year? So the next year for Harry and Meghan, what is going to happen? What is in their influences, external influences, internal influences, their wishes? What are we going to see for Harry and Meghan after they were axed from Spotify and Netflix? And are they going to find someone that will pay them the same amount of money? So Harry and Meghan for the next year in every respect, in their relationship, in their money, financially, and in their career. What can we see for Harry and Meghan for the next year? Okay, so you can see that many of the cards are upside down, so we will read them as they come. So the first card is, as always, the present card, what is happening right now. And right now, at the present, we see the Magician, but it came in the reverse. So the Magician is the one who wants to, who is able to manifest. That is the person, and I'm putting it in the upright, but we will read the reverse. But I'm starting with the upright interpretation. So because the Magician is the one who is the one who can manifest, the one who can create from nothing. This is the person or the archetype of the person who has all of the tools that he needs to create. And the tools in tarot are the pentacle, the cup, the sword, and the wand. And that is why usually in the magician we see that he has all of those in the table in front of him, because these are the tools that he needs to create. And this is what he's doing. This is what he can do. So this is the magician. He is able to create from nothing. He knows what is good for him. He has intuition. He's orderly. He's organized. He's able to manifest. He has personal potential. He has knowledge. But then it came in the reverse. So when it's in the reverse, we need to look at the negative aspects. So in the negative aspects, we see first of all a person who likes to perform in front of an audience, whether he has something to perform with or not. This is what he wants. He wants to perform this, and this is exactly what Meghan wants. She needs an audience. She wants to perform in front of an audience. What else do we see in the magician when it is in the reverse? We see a person that is ignoring solutions. So if we're asking why isn't WME doing anything? Maybe they are doing something, but Harry and Meghan are ignoring solutions. This is about deception and trickery for self-gain. So this is what they did. They deceived Spotify, they deceived Netflix for their own self-gain. But you can do that so much. You can't do that all the time. So people are onto them, and once the people are onto them, they were axed. That is how the world works. So this is exactly what they did. So this is about trickery. This is about manipulation, lies. This is about a person who has very slick tongue and he can sell himself. And this is about Meghan, I suppose. This is the Meghan part, who sold them as a package very well. But there needs to be a substance inside this package, and there was no substance. So when it is in the negative, we see people that are confused, egotistical, manipulative, have problems with communication, and people that are afraid to be who they are. And this is a very, very important thing to understand about Harry and Meghan, especially about Harry. Harry is afraid to be who he is. Harry is a prince of the realm. He is the second son of King Charles. That is what he was born to be. And he is afraid to reclaim his let's say, his birthright, because this is his birthright. He's afraid to be who he was supposed to be. Meghan, what she saw was a very insecure person, and she just took over. And she herself is a narcissist, and she cannot, of course, she cannot admit that she is a narcissist. So she cannot admit to be to be who she is. So both of them are people that cannot and will not be the people who they really, really are. So this is the present time. Okay. Next card is the challenges. So what are the immediate problems that we see? And what we're getting here is the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is the father card, and both fathers from both sides are a problem for both of them because they are not in touch with both fathers. But this is more than the father, because this is the Emperor. This is the CEO of both companies, the Spotify, the Netflix, the ones who decided that Harry and Meghan are not worth their time any longer, they're not worth their money any longer, and decided to axe them. This is their main problem. The people that they need to convince that they want it are the people that are in the top, the emperors. They are the ones that they need to convince. And if you remember, the CEO of Netflix, after he signed Harry and Meghan, I remember that Zoom call, and he was so excited, and he thought that he just hit the jackpot, and really, really excited about signing them. He thought that he won the race. Right now, they need to find an emperor, find a CEO, find someone that will believe in them and will sign them and will be ready to pay them the same amount of money that they got from Spotify or Netflix. So this is their main challenge. And because it is coming in the challenge card in the part, it is also badly aspected. So it just shows that they are so afraid of losing. It shows that they are afraid of losing control. That they have difficulty in anger management. And I have to say that I just watched A.G. Tudor, and he made a series of videos about Harry and what he's going through. It's part 1 and part 2, and he shows there clips of what is happening in a house of a narcissist, where the narcissist is a father. He has 3 daughters, and the wife is filming, and it is just terrible. And he says, I mean, that means A.G. Tudor. He says, what you are seeing now, this is most probably what is happening at Harry and Meghan's house. And Meghan most probably is acting this way towards Harry and towards the kids. So this is about problems with anger management. That person was banging doors, throwing things on the floor. It was terrible. So this is one more thing that they are afraid of. This is about themselves being, or Meghan being a perfectionist, needing everything to be perfect. And of course, she wants the best things. She wants to be the Dior face. She never wanted to be the face of lesser companies. She always wanted the bigger names. So she wants the bigger names. She wants to have the firms. She wants the logos. She wants the high-end shoes, the high-end bags, couture, all of that. So she needs all of that. So this is about them having problems with all of the CEOs that are just not trusting them any longer, and themselves afraid of losing, and afraid and having difficulty in anger management. Okay, the next card is the past. So what in the past led to this situation? And we are getting the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles has quite a few ways of looking at it. The Knight of Pentacles, when it is positive, it is a person that, or an archetype of a person that is very good in work, very good in doing things, is very orderly, all of the things that Harry and Meghan are not. And when it is negatively aspected, it is about someone who is, first of all, a coward, and of course, exactly the opposite, someone who just is unable to keep a job, someone who is unable to work like most people, someone who is not orderly, someone who is not very good in holding things, holding a job. So why did we get the Page of Pentacles here? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Knight of Pentacles, not the Page of Pentacles. Sorry. Okay, so now it's more. Now it's more obvious. Okay, because the Knight of Pentacles is the hesitant knight. This is the knight that is not going to do anything without looking for confirmation. And because of that, he is losing opportunities. So this is a knight that has many problems. Like all of the knights have problems. But the Knight of Pentacles is one of the knights that has many problems. This is about not looking for work, not doing, this is because this is about work, this is about money, this is about a business. And when you are not finding work because you are hesitant, when you are finding it hard to close business deals because you are hesitant, then you end up losing opportunities. So this is exactly what led to this situation right now. The fact that they themselves are not able to be more to the chase, to be more decisive, being unable to decide, being hesitant. This is their problem. This is their main problem. So this is what led to this. Now the next card is the future. Now this is not what is going to happen in the future. The future card here is what actions in the future are they okay, let me explain it better. This is about in the next step that they are going to make. How is it going to affect their current situation? So how will the next few weeks affect the current situation? So let's see what we get. And we're getting the Fool, which is not a very good card in this instance. The Fool card is a person that is, well, this is a person that is not, it's a person that is not taking any, it's a person that is taking risks, and taking risks without obligation. So this is a person that is not thinking about the things that might happen the dangers of the things that might happen. So it looks like in the next few weeks they are going to make mistake after mistake after mistake, because they're not thinking about what their actions might lead to. So this is what this means. So the full card is about a person, or an archetype of a person that values his freedom so much that he will do whatever he wants without thinking about the results. So he's taking risks without obligations. He's reckless. He's hasty. He starts things without ending them. He is agitated. He needs to change. He needs change all the time. So this is a very bad way to act when you are in a place when you don't know where you're going, when you are not sure what is your future, to start acting as if you have everything, and as if you can do whatever you want, and as if you can take risks, as if it doesn't matter what the results are, as if you can make hasty decisions. This is a really bad way to act, because then the result is that you will fall. You will take that step and fall, because this is what happens to the fool when he's taking the risks without thinking about the possibility of falling. So this is about frustrations. This is about things that they cannot obtain. And this is about ignoring reality and ignoring obstacles. So this is what is going to happen in the next few weeks because of their actions. Okay. The next card is the above card. Now, the above card shows us the possibilities or the goals or what they are aspiring to. So what are they aspiring to? And what I'm getting here is justice. It's interesting because I've been getting the justice card quite a lot. So justice card can be about their court cases. It can be about that they're thinking about divorce. It can be about thinking ahead about what can they do that what can they take out of their lives that is not helping them to move forward. So this is mainly what the justice card is all about. I think that here because we're looking at the things that they are thinking about, aspiring to, or things that are in their minds for the future. It could be either their court cases, because still the court cases are very, very important to Harry and to Meghan, because she has her court case against Samantha, and the possibility of a divorce, because justice is also a card of divorce. Okay, so that's the above card. The below card is about subconscious. It's about core foundation of the situation. It's about underlying feelings, sometimes things that they themselves don't know. It's about what is the drive behind the situation. So what is happening in the internal influence. And what I'm getting here is the 9 of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is a card that shows us that they feel that they are facing obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and they still think that they can withstand all of those obstacles and everything will be okay. So they feel that they don't feel like they are winning. They feel that they are going through a very difficult time. This is what the Nine of Wands is telling us. So the internal drive is to try and to overcome those obstacles. So when we get the Nine of Wands as the internal, as the below, as the subconscious, it means that they want to try and find a way to get over that, to withstand those obstacles, and not to get to the Ten of Wands because that is the overload, but to get to a place where they, or maybe a step before, to the Eight of Wands, which is being at the right place in the right time. So this is their subconscious influence, but they don't feel good. They don't feel that things are coming easy. They feel that things are being difficult, that they have a lot of obstacles, but if they won't try to stop and find out what went wrong and fix it, it won't help them. The only way to perform the correct action in order to survive is to stop and to look for the mistake. If you look for the mistake, if you look to and find what went wrong, then you're able to fix it and move forward. But if they won't do that, then it will just stay in the subconscious and they will end up in a bad place. So this is what this card is telling them, and they need to learn the lesson of the Nine of Wands. Okay, next card is the advice card. So what is the advice card? And the advice card is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is telling them to rest, to stop, to take some time out. This is the time out card. The Four of Swords is a card that is telling them to decide, not to decide. This is what it's telling them. So exactly the opposite of the Fool. The Fool has the tendency to run forward and to take actions without thinking, without obligations, and probably they want to do that because the Knight of Pentacles, which is the hesitant knight, led them to this situation. So they are trying to overcompensate by acting like the fools. But the advice is, no, don't be the fools. Be smart. Be the Four of Swords. Take some time out. Decide not to decide. Take some time to rest. And really take some time to think, because they're not ready to make a decision. The process is not clear. And they need to think about things. They need to decide because this is not a time to act. It's about thinking and about making decisions. This is about really taking a remission and to try and take a retreat, to isolate and to think about the situation, and if they are smart, to go to therapy, but the right kind of therapy. Okay, the next card is the external influence. And the external influence is how are they, how are, okay, how are people in the industry seeing them, and how their families are seeing them. So, how the people around them are seeing them. And what I'm getting here is the Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like people think that they are loaded. People really think that they have enough money, that they got a lot of money through Netflix, through Spotify, and people are not pitying them. People are not feeling sorry for them. When people are looking at them, they are saying, those grifters, the ones that got so much money for doing nothing. This is how people look at them. So people are looking at them as a duo who took a lot of money and made a lot of money and are very rich. And I think that even their families are both the Markle family, I know for sure, and I think that the royal family as well. Nobody thinks that they need financial help. So I think that the people in the industry themselves don't think that they are in any need of financial help. Okay, next card is hopes and fears. So according to the card, we will know what it is. If it's a good card, it's what they hope for. If it's a bad card, is what they are fearing. So what I'm getting here is the Two of Cups. Okay. So the Two of Cups is not a bad card, and it's not a very good card. It's an action card. And I always tell you that there are three cycles in every tarot, in every suit. The first cycle starts with the Ace and ends with the 3. So the Ace is the perfect, and then when it's broken, we are called for an action, which is the 2, and the 3 is the result. So, for example, if the Ace of Sword is the ace of being able to think and to be able to strategize and to plan. But when it is broken, we are in the Two of Swords, which is being unable to deal with reality, being unable to see reality as it is, disengaged from reality. And because of that, the result of that is the Three of Swords, which is destruction and failure. Now, the Two of Cups comes after the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the card of renewal and flow in the material world. It's card of a lot of emotions and love and feelings. And then comes the Two of Cups, which is a card that calls for an action. And the action that it calls for is to be the suitor and not wait to be courted. So in a relationship, for example, a husband and a wife, if you are already married for a long time, maybe the wife doesn't need always the husband to be the one who is initiating or courting her or inviting her for dinner. Maybe she can initiate. Maybe she can be the one who does that. So she can be the one who courts him, because they are already together for a long time. And today the youngsters, everything is upside down. I mean, the young ladies are the ones who are courting the young men. Everything is upside down. But what this card is about, it's about being the court, being the one who is the active one, to be active, to be the one who does the action. And it is about an action. And if it is done, if the action is done, then the next card is a card of celebration, which is the Three of Cups. So what this card is about, it's about not being passive, it's about being active. So this is not about their hopes or fears, it's more about them maybe I think that they hope to be courted. I think that they hope to be courted, because we're not talking about their relationship right now. I think that they hope that someone will take the initiative, and maybe someone will court them. Someone will offer them something. They don't want to be the one who needs to go to to offer themselves to people. They don't want to be the ones that need to sell themselves. They don't want to be that. They don't want to do that. So I think that this is their fear. Their fear is that they might need to be the one that are supposed to be active. They don't want to be the active ones. They want to be the ones that are still very much in this nirvana, still very much not doing anything, and just people coming to them and offering them multi-million dollars deals. This is what they want. So I think that this is the fear. Their fear is that no one will come and no one will offer them. Okay, so how will it pan out? And we are getting the Ten of Pentacles once again. So it looks like it will happen, and they will get their deal, and they will get out of it. This is how it looks. I don't know. This is how it looks. There is no other way of reading it. It's not upside down. It's not negatively aspected. There is no other way. The Ten of Pentacles, they will get what they want. Sorry, didn't want to see that, but I did get it in my previous reading about the WME deal, and I didn't like it then, but this is what we get. So okay, so the cat's wisdom. Let's see what the cat's wisdom is telling us. And I think I'll ask for a wisdom for us. So let's clear the deck. Okay, so what kind of wisdom can we get about the Harkles? This is just a how to use card. What kind of wisdom can we get about the Harkles? What kind of wisdom can we get about the Harkles? Okay, so family. First of all, let's look at the card. Isn't he so cute? Wow. The family might be the one you were born into, or maybe you've crafted a family around you by seeking the company of like-minded souls. Either way, this card is a reminder to appreciate those that make up your tribe. So I think that we should appreciate each other. The Megxit community, all of us like-minded people, because we are so awesome. And when we need support, advice, or just a good laugh or a cry, we can also always turn to one another. Okay. The next oracle is an oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish that is called The Solitary Witch, but the artwork is not by Lucy Cavendish. It's by Lady Victoria, and it's unique because Lucy Cavendish usually creates her own artwork, and it has a very unique features, and this deck is so different. So, but the messages are still Lucy Cavendish's wisdom. So this is the Solitary Witch. I think that maybe Meghan will be, but let's start by clearing the deck and ask for another advice card for us. Advice for us on dealing with the Harkles. Advice for us on dealing with the Harkles. Okay, and sometimes she changes. Interesting. Wait a minute. You think that Meghan might change? I don't think so. Okay, so because we ask for advice for ourselves, I'll read to you the meaning of this card. So this is about the fact that we ourselves can change. And what it says is that private rituals that reveal aspects of self that we may have been unaware of, finding the elemental part of ourselves through immersion in that element, complete self-love, acceptance and acknowledgement, observation and acceptance of new aspects to us of the self, validation through the true seeing of ourselves, feeling completely free to be the self that others may not wish to see or validate as even existing, understanding that form is illusory and can be shaped and changed. Deeper connection with sensuality and desire to move beyond the restrictions. But what the what was more coherent to me was that sometimes it is best to understand that we are changing creatures, evolving in response to our own needs and our own destinies and our own environments. We evolve and also become able to find those safe spaces where we can reveal the parts of ourselves that others have found impossible to believe in or to comprehend or to love. So this is about us being able to change, being able to be ourselves. And sometimes people tell me, why are you doing this? Why do you care? So this is me being able to be me. So I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I do apologize for rambling about my condition so much, and I am going to put timestamps. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.